Welcome to my channel Super Rare Coins. Today's best top 3 coins. Please don't skip this video. So let's get it started. The 1916 1 penny was minted during a time of great global conflict. Metal was scarce, production costs were high, and yet the Royal Mint continued producing coins for everyday trade and for the empire's economy. Because of wartime strain, the quality of minting and metal supply varied, which makes finding a high-grade, well-preserved example from 1916 particularly special today. Each coin from that year is a tiny piece of World War I history, linking us to an era of soldiers, hardship, and the endurance of the British people. Host showing close-ups of both sides now. Let's take a closer look at this classic George V penny. The obverse side features a left-facing portrait of King George V, designed by Bertram Mackennal, one of Britain's most respected sculptors. Around the portrait, the Latin inscription reads, Georges V de Gra, Brit, OMN, Rex FID, Def, IND IMP, which translates to George V, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, defender of the faith Emperor of India. This reminds us of the scale and power of the British Empire at that time with colonies across continents. The reverse design, by Leonard Charles Wyon, shows Britannia, the female personification of Great Britain. She is seated facing right, wearing a Corinthian helmet, holding a trident in her right hand, and resting her left hand on a shield bearing the Union Jack. This image had appeared on British pennies since the 17th century, symbolizing strength, protection, and maritime power. The date 1916 appears below, and the word 1 penny circles the top edge. It's a design that beautifully connects art, empire, and history, and it remained mostly unchanged for decades. Feature details: country, United Kingdom, year, 1916, monarch, King George V, denomination, 1 penny. Metal composition, bronze, 95% copper, 4% tin, 1% zinc. Weight, 9.45 grams. Diameter, 30.8 millimeters. Edge plain. Designer obverse, Sir Bertram Mackennal. Designer reverse, Leonard Charles Wyon. Mint, Royal Mint, London. This coin has a rich reddish-brown tone when preserved and in extra fine condition. The details of Britannia's robe folds, trident lines, and the king's beard are still clear and sharp. Host showing graded coin examples. When it comes to value, condition is everything. The 1916 penny was made in large numbers, but most were heavily circulated, worn down, or corroded over the decades. An extra fine coin means the portrait and Britannia are clear and detailed, light wear on the high points only, original color and shine are partly visible, and the coin has no major scratches or corrosion. Finding a 1916 penny like that is not easy, especially one that hasn't been cleaned or damaged. That's why extra fine and uncirculated examples are highly collectible today. Market value in US dollars, 2025 update. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know: how much is this coin worth today in 2025? Here's a general price range for the 1916 UK 1 penny based on current collector market trends. Condition: estimated value, USD, good G, 50 cents to $1, fine $2 to $4, very fine $5 to $10, extra fine $15 to $25, almost uncirculated $30 to $45, uncirculated UNC, $50 to $80 plus, certified high grade $100 to $200 plus. If your 1916 penny has minting errors, such as a double strike, misalignment, or die crack, its value can rise dramatically, sometimes fetching $300 or more among serious collectors. The color and luster also matter. A coin with its original red or red-brown tone is always more desirable than a dark or heavily toned piece. So why is the 1916 1 penny so special for collectors? Today it's over a century old, connecting directly to the World War I era. It features the classic Britannia design, a national symbol of Britain, that it's made of true bronze. Unlike later modern coins, that it bears the portrait of King George V, one of the most admired monarchs in coinage history, and in extra fine condition. It's a coin that combines history, artistry, and investment value all in one piece. Many collectors include it in British penny type sets or World War I era collections, and its popularity continues to rise as fewer high-quality examples remain available. The 1916 penny was part of the same series that continued until 1926, before being replaced by the George VI design in 1937. That means your 1916 penny saw circulation in the Roaring Twenties, and may have passed through the hands of people who lived through 2 world wars, making it a silent witness to an entire century of history. Melody with coin images fading in. So, there you have it, the UK 1 penny 1916, featuring King George V. A truly historic and collectible coin that continues to gain value in today's market. Next, the 1962 halfpenny coin was minted in the United Kingdom during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who had ascended the throne in 1952 after the death of her father, King George V. At that time, Britain still used the pre-decimal currency system, where 12 pence made a shilling and 240 pence made £1. The halfpenny, written as 1/2d, was a very small denomination coin used for everyday purchases like newspapers, bread, or tram tickets. That'd be why 1962. However, inflation and modernization were making the smaller denominations less useful and less frequently used. This makes the 1962 issue one of the final years before the old penny system was phased out. In 1971, the United Kingdom officially moved to decimal currency, and the halfpenny was withdrawn from circulation, ending centuries of use. That's why coins like the 1962 halfpenny hold special historical importance. They represent the final era of traditional British coinage before decimalization, showing both sides of the coin. Take a closer look at the coin itself, a truly classic piece of British craftsmanship. The obverse features a youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right. The design is by Mary Gillick, a famous British sculptor known for capturing the Queen's grace and simplicity. Around the portrait, you'll see the Latin inscription, Elizabeth II de Gratia Regina Fd, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This portrait is also known as the first definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, used from 1953 to 1967 on UK coins. The reverse design is one of the most beautiful in the pre-decimal series. It shows a Tudor sailing ship, known as Sir Francis Drake's galleon, the Golden Hind, sailing majestically on the sea. Above it, the word halfpenny is inscribed, and below, the year, 1962. The design was created by Thomas Humphrey Paget THP, whose initials can often be seen on the lower right side of the ship. This ship design symbolizes Britain's naval strength, exploration, and maritime history, a proud reminder of the nation's golden age of discovery. Country: United Kingdom. Year: 1962. Denomination: halfpenny, 1/2d. Metal composition: bronze 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, 0.5% tin. Weight: 5.67 grams. Diameter: 25.48 millimeters. Thickness: 1.6 millimeters. Edge: plain hem mint, Royal Mint, London. Designers: obverse, Mary Gillick. Reverse, Thomas Humphrey Paget. Condition and rarity: focus tone. Visuals comparing worn versus shiny coin. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. A halfpenny 1962 in circulated condition can be found quite easily, as millions were produced. However, coins that remain in extra fine or uncirculated UNC condition with full details, sharp ship lines, and a glowing reddish-brown patina are increasingly rare. Collectors especially look for coins that have minimal wear on the Queen's portrait and strong definition on the sails of the Golden Hind ship. Because the coin is over 60 years old, finding one that hasn't been polished, corroded, or scratched is quite special and valuable. Market value in US dollars 2025 update. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know: the value of this coin today. While the halfpenny 1962 had almost no purchasing power in its day, in today's collector market, its value can be surprising, especially for well-preserved examples. Here's a general breakdown of the current market value as of 2025. Condition: estimated value USD heavily circulated 10 to 25 cents. Fine 50 cents to $1, very fine $1 and 50 cents to $2 and 50 cents extra fine $3 to $6. Almost uncirculated AU $7 to $10. Brilliant uncirculated BU, $12 to $20. Proof or mint set example, $25 to $40. Coins graded by professional services like in GC or PCGS with the label MS, 65 or higher, can even reach $50 plus, especially if they show original mint luster and no spots. Additionally, coins with minting errors, such as die cracks, misaligned strikes, or off-center impressions, can be worth $50 to $100 or more, depending on rarity. Why collect the 1962 halfpenny? The 1962 halfpenny is more than just a small coin, it's a piece of British history. Here's why collectors value it so much. It's one of the last pre-decimal coins before the 1971 currency change. It features the first portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a key design for royal coin collectors. Its golden hind-ship design is one of the most iconic and detailed in British coinage. It's affordable for beginners, yet highly desirable in top condition. And most importantly, it's a symbol of a vanished monetary era that will never return. Even though it's small, this halfpenny tells the story of an entire generation from the dawn of the Queen's reign to the end of Britain's traditional currency system. So there you have it, the full story of the halfpenny Elizabeth II 1962 extra fine condition coin, a true vintage gem that's gaining collector interest year after year. Next, the 2p coin was first introduced in 1971, when the United Kingdom changed its currency system from the old pre-decimal system to the modern decimal system. In the old system, 12p made a shilling and 240p made £1. After decimalization, things became simpler. 100 new pence ma, and the 2 coin became part of the new decimal family. By 1991, the 2p coin had already been in circulation for 20 years. But something important changed that year: the metal composition. From 1971 to 1991, the 2p coins were made of bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, 0.5% tin. But starting mid-1992, the Royal Mint switched to copper-plated steel, which made the coins magnetic. So, the 1991 issue is actually the last full year of the solid bronze 2p coins, and that's one of the main reasons why collectors seek it today. It represents the end of an era for traditional British coin metal. Host showing both sides of the coin to take a closer look at the design of this 1991 2p coin. On the obverse, we see the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Makloff. This version of Her Majesty's portrait was used from 1985 to 1997. In this design, the Queen wears the George IV state diadem, a crown traditionally worn during the state opening of Parliament. Around the portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina FD 1991, which means, Elizabeth II by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This portrait represents the maturity and dignity of the Queen during her middle reign. The badge of the Prince of Wales. The reverse side shows the badge of the Prince of Wales, 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet. Below it is a ribbon bearing the motto, Ich diene, which means I serve in German. This design symbolizes the Prince of Wales and has been used on the 2p coin since decimalization began in 1971. Around the top edge, you'll see the words 2p. This simple yet symbolic design connects the coin directly to Britain's royal heritage and traditions. Feature details. Country: United Kingdom. Year: 1991. Denomination: 2p metal composition, bronze, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, 0.5% tin. Weight: 7.12 grams. Diameter: 25.9 millimeters. Thickness: 1.85 millimeters. Edge: smooth mint, the Royal Mint, London. Designers: obverse Raphael Makloff / reverse Christopher Ironside. The solid bronze composition gives the coin its warm reddish tone, quite different from later issues, which appear slightly lighter due to the copper-plated steel. Condition and rarity. Host showing visual comparison between worn and shiny examples. When we talk about coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins are graded on their wear and preservation, and the 1991 2p in extra fine condition means minimal wear on the high points, clear queen's hair details, crisp feathers on the reverse design, and slight original mint luster still visible. since this coin was used for everyday transactions. Most examples you find today are well worn, that's why finding one in extra fine or uncirculated condition is becoming less common and more valuable. Add to that the fact that it was one of the last true bronze 2p coins, and you have a small but meaningful collectible piece of history. Market value in US dollars 2025 update. Alright, now let's talk about the market value of this coin today, in 2025. Even though it's a modern coin, the 1991 2 pence has become more interesting to collectors for its transitional significance and condition rarity. Here's a quick value chart based on current collector markets. Condition estimated value USD. Circulated 10 to 25 cents, fine 50 cents to $1, very fine $1.50 to $2. Extra fine $3 to $5, almost uncirculated $6 to $10, brilliant uncirculated $12 to $20. Proof set example $25 to $40 now. If your coin has any minting errors like double strikes, off-center designs, or planchet flaws, the price can jump dramatically, sometimes reaching $50 to $100 US or more depending on rarity. Collectors particularly seek out brilliant uncirculated 1991 coins in their original mint sets, as they showcase the full bronze color and sharp details. Why collect the 1991 2 pence coin? So, why should you collect the 1991 2 pence coin? Here's why this small coin is a big deal among collectors. It's one of the last bronze 2p coins ever made, a key date before the switch to copper-plated steel. It features the classic Prince of Wales design, symbolizing British royal tradition. It bears the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, used during her mid-reign years. It's affordable, easy to collect, and perfect for new numismatists. And in extra fine or uncirculated condition, it's becoming increasingly valuable over time. The 1991 2 pence coin represents the perfect mix of royal heritage, minting history, and collectors' interest, a small bronze treasure from the end of the 20th century. So there you have it, the full story of the 2 pence Elizabeth II 1991 extra fine condition coin, a small but mighty piece of British history that continues to gain interest among collectors. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Super Rare Coins for more amazing coin stories, historical insights, and real market value updates.